I'm here to give you an update of the runaround by Weber State University, by Dr. Thomas Ryan's office, and Attorney Richard Hill. Let me preface this way. For you who do not know who Attorney Richard Hill is, I will let you know. And I take full responsibility for what I'm going to say here. Full responsibility for anything that would be considered libel or slander, because what I'm saying here is the truth. Richard Hill is an attorney in Utah who found liberty to lie under oath. And there's no cost for that. In a hearing before Judge Iwasaki, Attorney Hill told a lie. He said something on my academic record had expired, and there was a 60-day grace period. That was a lie, because you cannot calculate an expiration period when you do not have a database from which to derive such a calculation. That is the lie that Attorney Richard Hill told under oath in a court in Utah, and Utah Bar knows about this. They have read about it in my book, Silenced Appeal, but nobody's going to take action. But I'm letting Americans who care about the Constitution to hold Hill accountable. And even the law firms that he works for. Hill can lie under oath, but he still holds the integrity of the law. There's something wrong with that. Very recently, upon contact with the U.S. Department of Education, Weber State University Provost Office Director, I believe that's his position, Dr. Ryan Thomas, promised to send to me a diploma. It has been over 8 months since that contact has been initiated, and the diploma is still not here. I spoke to Dana Gibson a few weeks ago. She said the only thing holding them back on sending me the valid diploma was my address. It has been how many days now since I spoke with Dana? Maybe 3 weeks? What is the maximum time to transport a letter from one end of the United States to another? 6 months? Instead of receiving a corrected diploma in the mail, Dana Gibson told me that she was not supposed to talk to me anymore, but instead, she told me that I was to contact Attorney Richard Hill to find out where things were as far as the issue of my diploma. This is the same Hill who lies under oath. The man has no integrity to discuss anything law or legal in that university, but that's the person Dana Gibson was sending me to. What a joke. I'm standing here to let those who know to see what kind of a circus you have in a place that you call an institution of a higher learning. This is Weber State University. I can make you one promise. Your delaying tactics, psychological games, stonewalling, lack of integrity for academic credentials, this is a story that I want the whole world to hear. But I can promise you that I will continue to fight, even from the belly of a shark. You can bank on that. You will continue to hear from me in writing, in protest. It will be a peaceful contact. But I can promise you that this will not end until you do the right thing. It is foolery. It is false advertisement that Weber State parades as an institution of higher learning. Where in the world do you find an institution of higher learning that takes pride in issuing invalid or false credentials? Come on. The document you gave to me is something that somebody in the third world country would use for toilet. That is what we would use it for. That is what I would use it for. I demand a valid diploma that acknowledges the sacrifice I put into education. Somebody said you are the GOP and it is your job to destroy women. I disagree. There is something more sinister that you appeal to, but I'm not going to subscribe to it. Issue to me a valid diploma for the amount of money that has been paid to you. That is the right thing to do. That's the ethical thing to do. No foreign student should have to go through what I'm going through. No foreign student should choose between bread and milk and representing herself in court to demand a diploma that is otherwise issued at the cost of a US mailing stamp. This battle has taken more than 5 years, more than 6 years, more than 7 years. And yet you call yourself an institution of a higher learning. Learning here is learning in the heart. This kind of cruelty and hate towards any person is unacceptable. And I won't take it either. Somebody said, well, maybe you have to be nice. Maybe you're not being nice. What other demand should there be other than the tuition that you received and that I completed my courses? I have a statement here verbatim where Dana Gibson said, the only thing holding off my diploma is a mailing address. It appears again that it was more than just the mailing address. This nature of Weber State to deal unethically with a foreign student, somebody said, this is in the minority. This is not a minority. I am the majority of the so-called minority. And I can promise you this before I close, that this tendency to act unethically will come to an end. I hope that all of my videos command due attention in the United States and the world over. I hope that those who plan to come to Utah to do business will think about what happened to an African woman who tried to better her life and that of her children, who was sabotaged by officials in Utah. I hope that anyone who thinks about higher education in Utah will do so in collaboration with this matter. Thank you very much.